So if you've just got a MacBook Neo or it's your first time using macOS, here are 8 to 10 hidden features nobody really talks about that you should change straight away, and it's going to improve your experience. First thing is dock cleanup. Now, starting with the dock, you probably have a bunch of apps on there that you're not going to use. So how you can clean this up, click, hold and drag off any app for about a second from the dock and you'll see it will delete. But also if you go into the applications folder and there's any apps you want to bring to the dock, you can just click them and drag them to the dock, drop them down and organize it exactly how you want. Or you can use Launchy, which gives you this nice circular application launcher. You can customize it, apps stay out of sight but easy to find, and that's how I use it. Now you can set the dock to auto hide and show up when you hover over it if you find it gets in the way, and you can do that in the dock settings. Cleaning up your desktop is probably an important one, and you should do it using stacks. Now when you right click on the desktop, click stacks, and it's going to group all of the same file types together, making things a lot more organized and make them just look that much nicer. So something you're really going to want to do when it comes to folders in macOS is show the full folder path in the Finder window. Now by default, macOS via the Finder hides where you actually are in the file system. I don't know why, but you can turn on a path bar at the bottom. And how you do this, go into Finder, go into the top menu, click View, click on Show Path Bar, and it shows you exactly where you are in a file system. And as a bonus, if you want to go back to any of the different folders on the file system, you just click on a certain path and it will take you directly there. Now, this is great for navigating into deep folders. So if you've gone through like 6-7 folders, now you can just click on the first one, it will take you all the way back. And if you want to open up a folder in a separate window, instead of just opening up constant folders one into the other, you can hold Command while clicking on it and it will open up that folder separately. If you use AirDrop quite often, you should make AirDrop more visible and easier to use. So when you're in a folder, go to Customize Toolbar and drag the Share button to the toolbar. So once you click on a file, you can quickly click on there and initiate AirDrop. Something else you should do is give yourself more space on the display. Open up the settings, display settings, and select one of the 4 boxes to make things either bigger or smaller depending on your preference. So the menu bar is really useful at the top for turning things on like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, stuff like that, and you can actually customize it exactly how you want. So open up the command center and drag anything from the command center up to the menu bar to have easy access, and anything you don't want you can just drag off and it will disappear just like the stuff from the dock. And then when we spoke about the dock, something you can do easily on the dock is if you see that line on the right hand side, if you click it, drag it up or down, you'll see that it resizes the dock to as big as you want or as small as you want for easy access. And another thing you should really do is go into the dock settings, and there's a bunch of different configurations in there, but something I like is the magnification. So when you're scrolling through the dock, it will kind of do this magnification animation, so whatever app you're hovering over, it will look bigger than the other apps. Something you've probably already done is use the Finder folder, which is on the left hand side of the dock, but something you may not have known is that you can actually set the default folder for the Finder in the settings. Go into the Finder settings, click General and go to New Finder Folder, Default, and then you can set it to whatever you want, whether you want it to open up to the desktop, the applications, downloads, you name it, you can set it. Another cool one is you can set up hot corners, so you can have different corners of the MacBook do different things like put your Mac to sleep, open up notes, and all you have to do really is once you've set it up, just drag your mouse up to whatever corner you've associated something to, whether it be turn the screensaver on, etc., and it will do it straight away. Something I would really recommend as a personal thing is set your key repeat rate to fast, and what this does, it gives you a really fast response rate when you hold the backspace for deleting text, unlike the default. So here's a good one. If you've been typing on the keyboard on macOS, you've probably already realized that there's an issue with the caps lock. Now I call it an issue, Apple calls it a feature. You tell me what you think. But when you're tapping the caps lock, there is a slight delay. If you don't hold it long enough, it won't activate. Me, as when I type, I like to tap the caps lock very quickly and I hope that it activates. Unfortunately, the Apple doesn't do that on the macOS keyboard. So I found a temporary fix because technically there is no permanent one. So what you have to do is copy this line of text into terminal, press enter, and now you should have instant caps lock when it's working. The only downside is that if you ever switch off your machine, this is going to reset. So you're going to have to copy that text into terminal again and enter it. So remember to save it. I'll leave it in the description box and the comments box. Save that piece of text so you have it at all times when you need it. Very rarely do you get the beach ball logo or that something freezes in macOS and you can't close it with the red button. But if that does happen, what you can do is force close the application using this shortcut. So hold Command and Option on the keyboard and tap Escape, and you'll get this window with the force close application. Select which application as frozen, press force close, and it should exit the application straight away and save you a bunch of time. Not many people know about that one, but yeah, that is a really good one. One of the most beneficial things you should do on macOS, and I guarantee this, is go underneath this video, find that button that says subscribe and press it, and then find the like button and press that as well. And if you did enjoy this video, remember to share it with your friends and family, as those were the top things I think you should change straight away on macOS. There is a bunch more macOS tips and tricks, a video I made earlier on, which is full of really cool stuff, which I'll leave that linked, or I'll link it somewhere up here on the screen. But yeah, I'll leave it in the description box as well. You can check out if it is your first time on macOS, or I've even seen experienced people on macOS find some stuff in there that they didn't know about. So who doesn't love some tips and tricks? But as always, I appreciate you watching. Thank you for all of your support, and I will catch you on the next one.